Thank you for watching this video. Today I will show you how to use React Native Console and also provide some tips for the React Native developers. Here, as you know, there are two plugins. One is React Native Console and another is React Native Console Free. The free version is always free and open sourced, so you can use it at zero cost. And today I'll just show you the main usage of React Native Console plugin. At first, you must set up the development environment of React Native by following to the documents provided by Facebook. So let's get started to the React Native Console plugin. Just click Settings, and then here you can input React Native. You can install just the first paid plugin and it's free for 30 days trial. Or you can also use the second free plugin, which is React Native Console Free. It is totally free. You can use it at any time. Once it's get downloaded, please click OK. Then restart the IDE. The IDE has been restarted. So let us get started with a quick look with React Native Console. First, I'll show you some advanced features provided by this plugin. Let's get started by open the package JSON. As you can see here, the Gutter icon, and you can use it to display a package's web page. Just click it and the dependency web page is opened in a splitting tab web browser. Also, you can open another such as React Native package. It also can be easily displayed here in the right split editor. This function is provided by React Native Console. Then we can show some code here. Yeah, it's the same Gutter icon, similar with package JSON that you can. For example, here you have imported some component code from React. Then we can click this Gutter button, and you can preview the source code here. And press Escape to close it. Or click here to edit the source. Or you can just open it in right split. Yes, it's like the previous function. Open the web page in a full tab editor here. Thus you can see what package content is displayed and you can browse many things here. So let us continue to the next of the new features provided by React Native Console here. You may notice that here is a blue indicator for the tag. And also here you can click an image and you can preview here. In case you want to insert an image here, you can. Yeah, for example, you just remember something like OK, just click the suggestion. Here are some small bugs. So this is some advanced editor features provided by React Native Console. So let's just go to some other features. The first is you can very easily to start your Android app here by click this button. And it will auto bring up the emulator and a Metro server here. So you can notice that everything works fine. You can easily click this button to bring up the debug menu. And click this button to refresh the page here. Let me show you again. Yeah, there is something wrong. Said the device is offline. Sorry. The emulator has something wrong. Let's do it again. And here you can choose the device and running the debug app, running the Android app, target to the device here. Yeah, everything just get started. And here you can, as I have said, you can click the Android Reload.js button, and it will auto got reloaded. At this button you can list Android emulators and run app on it. With this button you can choose a running physical device. Here you can use the close button. You can easily close unused command tabs. By using the click close button here you can see the enhanced log review of the React Native apps log. And also there's another hidden tool window provided by RN Console here. You can use it to see the Android logcat. Yeah. It's scrolling very fast. It's gone very fast. Yeah, you can filter something, such as React, or clear it. It displays every message on the Android device. And also there's a feature which you can use the Android Wi-Fi plugin to debug with your physical device. If just follow the guide here, you must allow ADB debugging in charge-only mode. You can use this mode to connect to a real physical device. And here this button will show you where is the APK stays. It's just here, you just one click and open this APKs folder. For this button you can use install an APK file to your device or emulator connected. You can just click and then choose an Android package. So let's demonstrate this feature. You can upload a file to the Android SD card. First, let's open First, open the device here. Then the Files app. Yeah, here. Everything is empty. Navigate to the device root. So let's try to upload something here. For example, a very small picture here. A Kotlin logo. And yeah, it shows that everything is done. It's successfully uploaded to the device, and you can notice that the picture is sorry. The picture is displayed here. Yeah, it's just displayed. It has been uploaded to your device or emulator. Let us continue to the next feature. You can build different types of APKs for your device. For example, you can generate a debug APK or clean Android build output. To use this feature, you must first Create some key stores for your app. Here is a debug key store. So, in fact, just execute some commands on your computer. Just the Gradle commands. You can see that a release APK is generated. You can continue to use this button to open the APK folder. You can see that a new APK file is generated here. Also, here is a feature that you can take a screenshot of your Android emulator and just click this button, then see what happens. The screenshot will be placed under your project folder and opened in the editor. Another feature is that you can record screen video for your device. You can just click this button. Sorry, it's so far it only supports record for physical device. Here you may notice that we support many ADB commands. Yeah, we can clean up these running apps first. You can start the current project's Android app. Yeah, it's the React Native app. And also you can kill the app. Yeah, it's got killed. Also, there's many other commands. Use this clear app data command. You can clear any app private data created by your app and restart it. Now the app got restarted. The temp data files generated by the app will be erased. And if you click this button, the app will be uninstalled. You can click and you will notice that the app is disappeared. This button will handle with permissions. Let's install and running the app again, and this time I will show you the install APK function as I have uninstalled it. Sorry, it had so many steps to jump into the APK folder. So I just click with this React Native Run Android button and run it again. Then let's continue with the ADB commands here. You can open the app's info page with just one click. Here shows all info about this app, such as storage and cache it has used. Let's continue to next command. You can get the app's start time with just one click, and it will show you how much time this app startup has consumed. You can see the notification here. It's 600 milliseconds. And here you can enable or disable the Android device's Wi-Fi here. And you can also disable the Android device's mobile data, and you can notice that the mobile data has been disabled, and you can click to enable it again. So in conclusion, these are the main Android features of React Native Console, and don't forget that also we have some enhancements for Android Studio. You can open this project in the Android Studio with just one click. Sorry, I must first close the running Android Studio application. As you click this link, you can open the Android model in Android Studio. For one-time task, you must ensure that the Android Studio is installed and just have set the right installation path and then click OK. And the Android Studio application will be started. In your Android Studio, it will automatically open your React Native project's Android submodule. There is some exception, but it is not caused by the React Native Console plugin. There's something wrong with the Gradle settings, but this is the problem in your Android Studio configuration. You can fix this usually by changing the Android Studio's Gradle setting. You can also use React Native Console in Android Studio. Click Settings, select Plugins Marketplace, and I will demonstrate how to install it. Just type React Native in the search box. Click Install, then once it's downloaded, click the OK button and restart your IDE. You can also try to load the React Native project in the Android Studio with React Native Console plugin installed. Now here is the RN Console tool window in the bottom of the main IDE window. Here you can continue. Use some Android developing features, such as you can click here. It just will running your app first. Yeah, it's just installed and displayed here. So it works okay. But I suggest you to use the Android Studio's built-in emulator tool window. You can use this feature if you are using the Android Studio or IntelliJ IDEA. First, select the Device Manager tool window and start the created simulator first. Then you can notice that everything is running here. Yeah, it will be easier to use the emulator. And when you click here, everything gets done. And when you try to reload the JS bundles, you might notice that it reports an error message. Could not connect to development server. So how to solve this problem? I'm sorry, the emulator is crashed again and it's really not stable enough. When you click Reload JS button, it can't connect to the Metro server. So how to solve this problem? You can fix it by clicking the Forward Android Request button. Then you can try click the Reload JS button again. Now you'll find everything works. This will save you when you're using an emulator or real Android device. And also there is a hidden feature in Android Studio that React Native Console could enable you to create a new Java project. Just click the New Java Project button. You can see that in fact the Android Studio could create a Java or Kotlin project here. And by default this function is hidden. Yes, there are also some things that you can developing apps using JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and Node.js, but I will show you the Java function here. Now we click the next button. Then create a command line app and click next. Rename your Android Studio project name to Java Hello, and you will notice that the Java project could also works in the Android Studio. First, you need to select a Java SDK here. As there shows it, we're indexing in the JDK and then you can using the Android Studio to writing some Java codes here. Let's print out the famous hello world here. So, you can see that the Java project could be running and debugging very easily in the Android Studio. Yeah, it is the debug function here. But if you doesn't using the React Native Console, it's very hard to create any Java project in Android Studio, as you can see here. There is no such entries for Java projects. So there is also a web project. I just got noticed today for the first time. I will do a test and I want to see what happened. I just use this window. We see that is nothing here, but I didn't know what this function is. It's out of scope, so let's continue to this. If you are using Android Studio, that you can continue to edit the strings here. And everything will get updated. Let me see. Here. And everything will got refreshed. Yes, this will remove the text. So this is the Android features of the React Native Console plugin. Then let me show you the rest features of the React Native Console plugin. Mostly about the iOS development features. Let's back to WebStorm and close these tabs first. As you know, here is the Metro server. You can also open the React Packager by using this button or the second button. This will execute the npm install command in the current project, so I'll close the Android Studio here. For this button, you can call some React Native commands here. I will not try them today. And if you click the yarn button, this will call the yarn command here. You can try it and wait. Just everything done. And for this is just a test function. But you may notice that in fact, the WebStorm has built-in support for the jest support. You can just Run it here. It's more easily, and I suggest you. There's something wrong, but it's not my fault. If we'll run app test JS, then everything will work. So let's continue. For this here, as you may notice that there are some script section in the package JSON here, and you can list the npm commands and run it here. And as you can see, it just like the normal run Android command does. So let's continue to the macOS support here. This is some support with the React Native Windows function developed by Microsoft. You can easily add support for the macOS or Windows, and then easily run the commands. I will try it, but I didn't set up it before. Yes, you must first set up the macOS function and you can use it. You may first click button React Native macOS init and it will add support for the macOS function. It will be a very long time. Let's continue to the other features. For the iOS develop functions, you can just click this button. And my master first waiting for the React Native macOS packages to be installed first. Also, there are some useful buttons added to your main toolbar here. The first is called the last edit location. And here are 3 buttons added by the React Native console. And you can see this is a show diff button. Different in files. Content will have been modified. And here you can roll back your changes. Yes, this function is very useful if you is a former Eclipse user. For example, I will add something here. Then I will go to somewhere else and you can navigate back and see what your recent changed code places. So yes, the macOS installation is finished, but something wrong, so I'm not sure what happened. We can ignore it here, but you can try it later. Let's try this Run iOS button. I'll close the Android emulator first. You can just with one click and launch the iOS simulator and install the React Native app on it. Sorry, it could not find a code project. There's something wrong. So I'll continue to must set up this project again.